You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. Foam Rolling Day.
It is what it is.
National Twilight Zone Day. Okay. Eat What You Want Day. I like that. Eat What You Want Day. It is today. Eat What You Want Day. Isn't that every day? Oh, well, I digress. Let's take a look and see what the markets are doing right now. Ooh, the Dow Jones Industrial Average down 464 points.
Ow!
Whew. The S&P 500 down 38. NASDAQ's recovered a lot. It's down 37 now. It was down almost 300 earlier in the session. Oil up 6 cents per barrel. We know what's going on there. It's the Colonial Pipeline problem still existing. Let's see what we're doing with oil and gas prices right now in the United States, because that is a big issue. More importantly, what's happening right here in Calizuela with gas prices. 1 year ago, Calizuela gas prices, $2.76 a gallon. Today, on average, $4.11 a gallon. Yeah.
Ow!
Well, we know why that's happening, but we wonder what they're going to do about this one, because we already see a big payoff coming. I'm going to tell you about that in just a minute. National average gallon of gasoline, $2.99. Where was that a year ago? National average gallon of gasoline, $1.85. $1.85 against $2.99. Yeah, that's like a tax on everybody, but we weren't going to call it a tax because it is a tax on. Wait a second. Do you earn under $400,000 a year? It can't be a tax on you because the president told us no one under $400,000 a year income would see their taxes go up at all. Yeah, but everything else is going up, so what the heck are we talking about here? Let's take a look and see what else. 10-year Treasury, it's up. Almost 162 is the yield on that. That's a big inflection point. Gone through some levels of resistance right there. We're watching all of it for you and seeing where all of this is taking you. Taking all of us because we're all paying more. We're paying more for almost everything. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. But before I get into that, how about the big payoff? Well, Governor Newsom wants to use your money and mine to pay you off so that you will not vote against him in this recall election. Here's how it works, and we're going to... Yeah, sometimes... I hate when these mics do that to me. But we'll get it straightened out here in just 1 second. So the governor, here's what he's done. Right before the recall election... You can't make this stuff up.
Nothing like a little air superiority.
And many people are not going to follow it because they don't really want to. They just want to say, Governor Newsom is giving me $600. Yeah, that's called the payoff. right? So he's taking your money. He's going to take money that came from the Economic Recovery Relief Plan, and he's going to give to families who earned up to $75,000. He's giving $600 checks or $1,200 checks. 2 out of every 3 Californians supposedly will be eligible to receive the payoff. Yeah, it is a payoff, right? So you get a check for $600 or $1,200 from the state. Are you going to then say, I don't think I'm gonna vote against the governor? He just gave me free stuff. Don't you think he's going to tax you to get that money back? But no one wants to talk about that part of it. So $5.2 billion to take care of missed rent payments. So they'll take care of the rent payments, but not pay them to the landlords who are still hurting, going to end up selling their properties. So there's not as many properties for rent. Oh, I wonder if that might cause more homelessness in the state of Calizuela. California positivity rate reached its lowest in the COVID spectrum. 7-day rate of 1%. 62% of Californians have received their first dose, which Newsom said was encouraging percentage. Some California doctors have said that the state could reach herd immunity. However, there is still disparity among counties up and down the state. In Central California, vaccine demand has declined significantly. I wonder if those people are smarter than the rest of us because they know that the government's not looking out for us. Amazing how all this continues to go on. And the lame media, they just won't cover it. They have no intention of covering any of this stuff. Unbelievable. Colonial Pipeline cyber attack came from, we know now, an organization called Dark Side. Okay, what are we doing about it? Group responsible for the attack over the weekend that forced the shutdown of the Colonial Pipeline, carrying gasoline from Texas to the Northeast. Now, you might say in Calizuela, how does that affect us? Well, it's a very simple answer. The trucks are going to be needed to move the gas. If they make more money moving gas from Louisiana and Texas up to the Northeast, do you think they're going to stay here in Calizuela and fight with all of the regulation we have here? I suggest not. It won't happen. But we're going to watch it. We'll see what happens. There's already shortages out there in the northeastern corridor. Deputy White House Director said ICE doesn't have to exist, told protesters to shut it down. The Deputy White House Director said ICE doesn't have to exist. And yet we see how much more drugs are coming in through the southern border because the Border Patrol, ICE agents are busy being babysitters out there instead of doing what they are paid to do, what they're very good at doing. So we're seeing more and more fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, all coming in through the southern border. The person in charge of the border, Kamala Harris, where are you, Kamala? We're watching. She probably doesn't show up anywhere anyway. It's probably not a good career move, and we know that all Kamala does is that which is good for Kamala. Unbelievable. We'll continue watching that one as well. Let's see what else is going on in the news. The president's schedule, big time schedule, pretty heavy. 10:30, the president got online with NATO's Eastern allies, talking about Eastern allied stuff. 1:15, the president delivered remarks on the economy, which is not going too well. That's it. Hey, how's your schedule looking? Are you a little busier than that, or is your schedule about the same as the president's? Amazing, but let's see what else we've got in the news. We've got former First Lady Michelle Obama. Amazing, still out there pushing the racism. It's a shame to see this happening. She says she worries every time her girls go out. Now, if it was the same as most parents where they say, something, I worry every time my kids go out of the house, I could understand that. But it was in the context of racism and her girls getting a driver's license, getting stopped by the police unrealistically. But nobody wants to check the real stats. See, is there a problem here? So the latest we could find, 2015, prisonpolicy.org. Percentage of drivers who experienced a vehicle stop This is female drivers who had a vehicle stop. White 7%, black 8%. Doesn't sound like there's a major issue there. Latina, if you're interested, 6%. So 7 white, 8 black, Latina 6. Is that something where you think that there's a big disparity between races right there? Wouldn't it be nice if we can get some of these leaders, these politicians, to eventually start talking about something that's positive, about trying to bring the country together instead of doing all this race baiting sells. So maybe they're not going to ever stop the race baiting. Unbelievable. So let's continue our search about what's going on in the world. We talked a little bit about gas prices before. How is that affecting you? Well, we talk inflation is everywhere. We're going to get that big inflation report tomorrow. We will report it. Price of cereal up 26%. Dairy, cheese, milk up 24%. Meat up 5%. But there's no inflation going on. We can listen to the Federal Reserve. They're not worried about it. Amazing how that continues to be the case with our elected officials. Are they out of reality? Are they out of touch? Can't we get them to follow what's going on really in our world? Unbelievable. Facebook poll, Rasmussen, Fear poll, all right, 850 likely U.S. voters, Democrat 38%, Republican 30%. See, now look at that. Democrat 38, Republican 36. Facebook's board of directors voted this week to make former President Trump's ban from the platform permanent. Do you favor or oppose? Favor 41%, oppose 48%. Do the operators of social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter edit their content in a fair and balanced way? Fair and balanced 26%, politically biased 59%. That's a Rasmussen poll, social media poll, NBC News. That's not a fair poll. NBC News, of course, is going to be unfair. All right, 1,000 adults. Democrat 40, Republican 32, 8% swing. Think they want to give us the answer they want. Social media does more to bring us together or divide us. 27% say bring us together, 64% divide us on social media. And that's with a highly skewed poll. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got that featured home for you, brought to you by myfavoritelender.net. We're also going to get into some specifics. We've got some good information for you that we're going to share as well on real estate. We always share a little bit of information. Maybe we share a lot of information on real estate on Ron Siegel Radio. We talk about what the experts say home prices will continue to appreciate. How do credit card debt management plans work? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel, and if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Blue Water Credit Repair is the industry leader in fixing bad credit. Did you know a 40-point increase in your credit score can save you $40,000 on a home loan and $4,000 on a car loan? You deserve good credit and peace of mind. Take the first step today and go to bluewatercredit.com and register for a free consultation from one of their credit repair experts. That's bluewatercredit.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Trimming of your retirement does not include losing your house. However, due to today's lower stock market, higher medical bills, and taxes, many retirees face this very problem. This is why it is necessary that you, as a baby boomer considering retirement within the next 10 years, understand reverse mortgages and what one could do for you or your parents. A reverse mortgage could make it possible for you or your parents to travel, buy a second home, or start a new business. For more information about reverse mortgages, just call our off-air number at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990, or visit realestateradio.com and click the free workshop button.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs, the products. You've got the phone. Call 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Kendra is standing by, ready to help any of our Ron Siegel Radio listeners. Dow Jones now down 477 points. NASDAQ down 31 points. The S&P 500 down 39 points. The 10-year Treasury up 2 ticks at a yield of 1.62. That's kind of like the interest rate that the 10-year Treasury is paying. And the mortgage-backed securities, they go the opposite way of interest rates, but the mortgage-backed securities, they are down 12 basis points on that bond, down 12 basis points, which means interest rates are a little bit up. Now, you have seen us or heard us talk about the fact of where interest rates are. And before I give you the why of all this happening, I want to just share with you this past week, Freddie Mac Mortgage Market Survey, they came back with the interest drop from 2.98% to 2.96%. That's a week ago Thursday till this past Thursday, 2.98 to 2.96. Those of you who are thinking that that's just a straight rate, everybody gets it, not quite the case. You have to pay right now 0.6 of a point to get it according to the survey. And remember, that survey is based on a baseline survey approach. What does that mean? Well, it's basically a purchase loan. It is for a single-family residence, not a condo, not a duplex, but a single-family residence. You're going to put 40% down. You're going to have a 750 or better FICO score. It's a baseline. It's all the things that go into the rate before you start having the additions and subtractions to rate. What is additions and subtractions? Those are basically called loan level price adjusters. Loan level price adjusters. What is a loan level price adjuster? Well, that's what makes you unique, right? So you have a FICO score that's, say, 719. Well, that's going to be a hit to the rate because they'll break at 720, 740, 750, depending upon the investor. Right, so you've got to look at where the breaks are. So that's going to be an adjustment to the rate. If it's a cash out refi, if it's an investment property, that's another adjustment to that rate. If you're putting more money, if you've got more equity, it's going to be better. Less equity, it's going to negatively impact the rate. Those are all parts of it. Investment properties and second homes. Well, the second home used to be about the same pricing as a primary residence until the government gets involved. Well, Fannie and Freddie decided that they don't want to have too much of their portfolio in second homes and investment properties. And they said there's more risk on those because of default. So they're limiting the amount of sales or purchases that they'll do from any companies on those two products, on the investment property and the second homes. There's a limit to it. So that means that how do you slow down anything? Don't tell this to the government because they don't get this clue. If you charge more, tax more, you will slow down the whatever it is. It's a disincentive to whatever that is. Higher price, disincentive. Think about gasoline. If all of a sudden gas went to $10 a gallon, you're going to think twice about making a trip to the beach or going out to the desert or something along those lines. You're going to go to work and you're going to go home. And you're going to go wherever you can walk to. It takes away your incentive. It gives you a disincentive to do something. Take gasoline down to 50 cents a gallon. You don't care where you go. You're going to just fill up again. Well, it's the same concept with the loan, with the interest rate. When you charge more, it's a disincentive to do it. Charge more for investment property. Well, you're going to get investors going to say, maybe I don't want to invest in that property. Maybe I want to go into the stock market, the bond market, gold, cryptocurrency, right? You might want to do something else. That's how those things work. Just a thought for you. The government doesn't want you to know that, but that's what's going on with interest rates as we chat about them. So they are still very, very low. I hear people say, well, I want to wait for them to go back down. To what? Right? You're looking at a 2.96 on a 30-year fixed rate loan. I had this conversation with some real estate professionals recently, and they were talking about the concept of where interest rates are and how they've gone up. Well, I'm going to share with you, I'm going to see if I can find this, interest rates by decade. Right in the 70s, our interest rates were 8.86. That's the average for that decade. Again, this is a Freddie Mac charts is what I'm sharing with you. Freddie Mac charts or surveys. Average for the 80s, 12.7%. The 90s, 8.12. The decade of 2000, 6.29. The decade of 2010, 4.09. And I just shared with you that today we are looking, according to Freddie Mac. I don't give you specifics. This is not for you. But I'm just telling you the Freddie Mac number is 2.96 as of their survey from last Thursday. 2.96. And you had to pay 0.6 of a point to get that rate. 0.6 of a point to get that rate. Now, why are the markets doing what they're doing today? Well, we look at all of these different things. We know about the dark side hacked Colonial Pipeline, shipments shut down, causing a shortage of supply across the East Coast and price gouging. Colonial Pipeline carries 2.5 million barrels a day, which is roughly 45% of the East Coast supply. As a result, gas prices could reach their highest level since 2014. I wonder who was the vice president then. Is there any commonality there? And can cause temporary inflation on the headline readings next month. After speaking of inflation, we have April, Nfib, the National Foundation of Independent Business, Small Business Optimism Index, showed that as a result of not being able to fill positions, that would be jobs, many companies were raising wages. Additionally, selling prices increased to the highest level in 40 years. Since this report is for April, it'll likely contribute to the monthly CPI reading we get for April tomorrow. That's the CPI report, which will likely go above 2%. CoreLogic reported their loan performance insights for the month of December, showing that 5.7% of mortgages were 30 days or more delinquent, up from 5.6% last month. Loans 60 to 89 days past due remained at 0.5%. Loans that are seriously delinquent or 90 days or more decreased from 3.9 to 3.7. Homes in foreclosure remained stable and very low at 0.3%. Why are homes in foreclosure? We've talked about this before. That's something that is painful to me. Why would the homes be in foreclosure? Here's the issue. People haven't pulled their head out of the sand. There are so many programs out there to help people. Have you made a phone call? My team will help you with no cost. Right? I don't sell real estate. I don't do loan modifications. I don't do short sales. But I know enough about them to put you in touch with the right people for them. Call us at 800-306-1990. Someone on our team will be happy to help you not go through foreclosure. Why? It stays with you for quite a while. It's going to be on your record for several years. You're not going to be able to buy another house for several years. You'll probably have to go with an FHA loan, not a bad loan. I like the FHA program. It is a good program. It helps many, many people. And it's right for the right person. I've said this many times. I will continue saying it. There is no such thing as a bad loan program. Yes, I know that there are a lot of people that said to us, Ron, there were a lot of bad programs during the mortgage meltdown. No, there weren't. There were people who used the programs incorrectly. That's where the problem is. They use the loans incorrectly. If you use the loan incorrectly, then yes, then it's going to be a problem. But if you use it for its intended purpose, great loans out there, and you can get a new home. There's processes where you can get a new loan, a home loan, one day out of foreclosure, one day out of bankruptcy. But why do you want to pay the extra rate? Now, if you've already done it, call me, 800-306-1990. We'll help you get into a new home. But here's the issue. Conventional loans after a foreclosure, you have to wait 7 years from the completion date. FHA loans after a foreclosure, 3 years from the completion date. VA loans, 2 years from the completion date. So yes, you can get a new loan, but you have to wait after the foreclosure. Why are you going through it? So many people right now have no idea how much equity they have in their property. And if you look at, talk to our Team 53, they'll go to you from that initial consultation, make a decision to sell your home, sell it at the top of the market, get your check in 53 days. 53 days, you can almost get any lender to hold off for 53 days if you tell them that they'll be paid off in 53 days, and you're going to get the absolute highest price the market will bear for your property. Amazing that there's still people that out there that are going through this pain. Call us. We don't want you to feel this pain. We want you to enjoy your life. 800-306-1990. And again, I don't sell any of these things. This is not a show about selling anything. This is a broadcast that is brought to you to discuss, educate, and help you have your personal finances. If it affects the roof over your head of your bank account, we're going to help educate you and get you in the right direction on all these things. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, experts say home prices will continue to rise. How do credit card debt management plans work? And we've got a favorite listing brought to you by our favorite home segment brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter at Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel lending team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel lending team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed rate below 3.5% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $300,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,300 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed to NMLS ID 217037. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. SLT Home Digest 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. The digest, it's going to tell you exactly what the county recorder knows about your property. It tells you exactly what the market believes about your property. And remember, as with most things, it is totally compliments of Ron Siegel Radio. You are not paying for it. We pay for it for you. We get it from one of our sponsors. They help us out with that because this show is about educating you. Experts say home prices will continue to appreciate. It's clear that consumers are concerned about how quickly home values are rising. Many people fear the speed of appreciation may lead to a crash in prices later this year. In fact, Google reports that the search for, quote, when is the housing market going to crash, unquote, has actually spiked 2,450% over the last month. 2,450% over the last month. Wow. In addition, Jim Dalrymple, the second, not the first, but the second, of Inman News notes, quote, one of the most noteworthy things that came up in Inman's conversations with agents was that every single one said they've had conversations with clients about whether or not the market is heading into a bubble, unquote. To alleviate some of these concerns, let's look at what several financial analysts are saying about the current residential real estate market. Within the last 30 days, 4 of the major financial services giants came to the same conclusion. The housing market is strong and price appreciation will continue. Here are their statements on the issue. Goldman Sachs research note on housing. Strong demand for housing looks sustainable. Even before the pandemic, demographic tailwinds and historically low mortgage rates had pushed demand to high levels. Consumer surveys indicate that household buying intentions are now the highest in 20 years. As a result, the model projects double-digit price gains both this year and next. Joe Seidel, senior markets economist, J.P. Morgan, quote, home buyers, interest rates are still historically low, though they are inching up. Housing prices have spiked during the last 6 to 9 months, but we don't expect them to fall soon, and we believe they are more likely to keep rising. If you're looking to purchase a new home, conditions now may be better than 12 months hence, unquote. Morgan Stanley, Thoughts on the Market podcast. Quote, unlike 15 years ago, the euphoria of today's home prices comes down to simple logic of supply and demand. And we at Morgan Stanley, again, this is their quote, conclude that this time the sector is on sustainably sturdy foundation. This robust demand and highly challenged supply, along with tight mortgage lending standards, may continue to bode well for home prices. Higher interest rates and post-pandemic moves could likely slow the pace of appreciation, but the upward trajectory remains very much on course, unquote. Merrill Lynch's capital market outlook. There are reasons to believe that this is likely to be an unusually long and strong housing expansion. Demand is very strong because the biggest demographic cohort in history is moving through the household formation and peak home buying stages of its life cycle. Coronavirus-related reference changes have also sharply boosted home buying demand. At the same time, supply is unusually tight, with available homes for sale at record low levels. Double-digit price gains are rationing the supply, unquote. Bottom line, if you're concerned about making the decision to buy or sell right now, call me, 800-306-1990. Let's talk through your concerns. Maybe you're right. Maybe all these experts are wrong, but let's chat about it. How do you know? How do you get educated on these things? And I will be the first to admit to you, I get educated from our listeners all the time. I get questions from our listeners all the time. We share them all the time. And again, just give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. You can reach out to me, Ron at ronsiegelradio.com. Always looking for more information, things that we can help people with, looking to chat with folks. Again, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. That's the real-time real estate segment. Again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text SLT Home Digest to 79564. Find that dream home before someone else does. SLT Home Digest. They get that information out to you. It's a monthly email that comes to you, and it tells you about one of your favorite subjects. You. It's not telling me about me. It's telling me about your property. It's telling you about your property. I don't know about your property, and it's more meaningful to you. So that's why we send you the information about your property. Again, once a month, tells you what your property did it appreciate, depreciate over the last month based on Black Knight statistics or some very, very large statistical organizations, right? So they're going to get all of that to you, and it's just a matter of you deciding, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with the information? Are you going to make use of that information? It's going to benefit you. I'll share that with you. I can understand that. I see it. Because how do you make educated decisions? If you're thinking about buying, selling, refinancing, and yes, there is still an opportunity for people to refinance. I get that call every single day. Ron, did I miss it? I said, what are you thinking about? What did you miss? Well, the lowest rates in history. Yes, you missed them. But who cares? Where are you right now? I had one of our private clients call me, I think it was last Thursday or Friday. And every month, as just a service of Ron Siegel Radio, we send out what the market is doing for our private clients. Where's the market looking? Not because it's always you're going to get a lower interest rate, because this particular family they're going to save a lot of money, but their interest rate's not going to change very much. But here's what happened, is they had quite a bit of household debt. So they had about a $300,000 mortgage, give or take, and I'm doing the numbers off the top of my head. They had about $60,000 in unsecured debt, able to make the payments. They just said, can we do better? So we look at it from a debt standpoint. Family is going to save about $1,700 a month. Yes, I said $1,700 a month because of looking at a household strategy, $1,700. Now, you tell me what you could do with $1,700 a month savings. Took it, we restructured their home loan. We got rid of the $60,000 in consumer debt. We took their household, they had a 3% interest rate, but because of all of that debt, it brought their household blended interest rate to 4.84%. 4.84. I've got a blended household calculator that's always available. And we just look and see what's going on. All we need from you, send us a copy of your mortgage statement and all the debts that you want to pay off. I'll have our team put together the same debt consolidation strategy for you. See if it makes sense. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. How do you know? Maybe you could be saving $1,700 a month. $1,700 a month. Now, being that they were able to continue, that payment was doable for them, and they've been making it right along, what do you do with that money? Put it back into the mortgage and pay off your mortgage in 12 or 13 years. You know, when you put $1,700 a month extra to the principal, it's like almost making a double payment every single month. And you're going to end up paying off your home loan way, way faster than you ever anticipated. We'll get more into that, but if you want that information, it's pretty simple. All you have to do, again, send a copy of your most recent mortgage statement and the statement for each of those debts to ron@ronsiegelradio.com. Our team will look at it, put together a total cost debt analysis for you, send it to you, see if it makes sense. Find out. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, we've got our featured home for you, brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. And how much do people know about credit scores? All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter @Ron Siegel. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at ronismylender.com. That's ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you a no-obligation mortgage adoption plan. You be the judge if it's right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to map@ronsiegelradio.com or call today Ron Siegel 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporation and MLS 217037 and BCAL BRE number 018694552.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio, or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The featured home segment being brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. Myfavouritelender.net. They have the featured home segment. Who's got the property? Where is the property? I think we're going to get it on the screen here in just a second so I can actually share with you. And again, if you're watching us, RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our social channels, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed. You're seeing the pictures of this Jim Salem listed home. 8153 East Kennedy Road, Anaheim Hills, 92808. 3 bedrooms, 2 full and a half a bathroom. Spacious Anaheim Hills home with 3-car attached garage, light and open, 2,400 square foot floor plan. 3 bedrooms upstairs plus a main floor den with a fireplace. That makes a great home office. Kitchen opens to a breakfast nook and a huge great room with a second fireplace. Plus you get a formal living room and a dining room, vaulted ceilings, designer paint. I don't know what that means, designer paint. Upgraded interior doors, recessed lighting, custom window coverage. Kitchen is white cabinets, granite counters, breakfast bar, newer stainless appliances. And you know something, this is an interesting one. It includes a refrigerator. Have you heard how long it takes to get appliances these days? I was just chatting with some folks the other day, and they're saying it was going to take like 6 or 8 weeks to get a refrigerator and a washer and dryer. Unbelievable. Hey, this property listed by Jim Salem at $988,800. Can we say $990,000, boys and girls? Oh, no, it's $988,800. Okay, got to be precise. 10% down. We're looking at $39.96 a month. 20% down, $33.89 a month. 25% down, strategically speaking, $3,028 a month. You got to add mortgage insurance on the first one. And homeowners association, pretty reasonable for Anaheim Hills. Insurance, escrow, tax escrow is all there. Again, if you're watching it on RonSiegelRadio.tv. For those of you keeping score, the APR 3.719, APR 3.171, an APR of 2.955, and MLS 217037. That's the featured home segment today, brought to you by myfavouritelender.net. And if you want more information on this or any property, speak with Jim Salem on this one. But give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. How do credit card debt management plans work? That's your Credit Matters segment today, being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report, it is wrong. What are you doing about it? When you're struggling with credit card debt, rising balances on your monthly statements and collection calls can add to your anxiety. However, you don't have to face your creditors alone. Many credit counseling agencies offer debt management plans, which allow a counselor to act as an intermediary on your behalf. How do debt management plans work is the question. Credit counseling agencies offer many services aimed at helping consumers manage their personal finances. A debt management plan is specifically for helping people who are overwhelmed by unsecured debt. Secured debt such as auto loans and mortgages generally cannot be part of a debt management plan. A single consolidated payment after starting a debt management plan, you'll make a single payment to the credit counseling agency, which will then forward the appropriate amounts to your creditors. Potentially lower payments and fees. Your counselor may be able to negotiate lower interest rates, lower monthly payments, and fee waivers for your enrolled accounts. Bring accounts current. Your creditors may also agree to bring past due accounts current without you having to pay off the entire balance at once. You can then make on-time payments that will help your FICO scores, not the Vantage scores. Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, those are Vantage scores. They're not FICO scores. And debt collectors may stop contacting you about those accounts. They might, maybe not. A plan to pay off debt. The goal is to make your monthly payments more manageable and pay off the included debts within 3 to 5 years. You may need to agree to certain terms to qualify for a debt management plan. For example, you might have to close or stop using all your credit cards while enrolled in the debt management plan. Although sometimes you can keep one card open for emergencies. There's also often a one-time setup fee and a monthly fee to participate in the debt management plan. The fees can vary depending on the agency and your state, and they could be more than offset by the savings that your counselor negotiates. Agencies may also offer waivers for low-income applicants. When should you consider a debt management plan? Debt management plan could be a good fit if you're struggling to afford your credit card bills and living expenses, but can afford to pay something each month. There's no income or FICO score requirement, and you could consider reaching out to credit counseling agencies to discuss a debt management plan if you're behind or having trouble with credit card bills, you're unsure of how to manage your living expenses and debts, you want help negotiating with your creditors, you cannot afford the lump sum payment to bring past due accounts current, and collection agencies won't stop calling you. So how do debt management plans impact your FICO scores, the real FICO? After you sign up for a debt management plan, your creditors may add a notation to your account that you're working with a credit counselor. The notation will not impact your FICO scores, although other creditors may be able to see it in your credit reports. Additionally, the actions you take while participating in the debt management plan might impact your FICO scores in different ways. It may be easier to make on-time payments, which can help you build a positive payment history. Bring past due accounts current could help you avoid new late payments that may otherwise hurt your FICO score. Closing your revolving accounts might impact your utilization ratio on revolving accounts. In the long run, paying off your balance can also be better for your FICO scores than settling a debt for less than the full amount. How do we get started? If you think a debt management plan might help you better manage your credit card debt, first step is to reach out to a reputable credit counseling agency. You could look for an agency that's part of the FICO Score Open Access for Credit and Financial Counseling Program. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, which lets your counselors share your FICO score with you for free. The National Foundation for Credit Counseling can also be a good starting point. You'll then have a one-on-one meeting with a credit counselor from the agency to review and discuss your personal finances. The initial meeting is often free, and you may want to meet with counselors from several agencies to compare their debt management plan suggestions and the cost. After a careful analysis, the counselor may share pros and cons of different options, including budgeting, bankruptcy, or a debt management plan. Every one of those are viable options and right for the right person. If you are considering bankruptcy, give me a call at 800-306-1990. Christine Kingston does a great job for the listeners of Ron Siegel Radio. Go back 10 years with Christine and her late partner. Long time. When a debt management plan is a good fit, you'll work with your counselor to determine which accounts to include. Your counselor will then reach out to your creditors with a proposal. Creditors don't have to agree to the debt management plan, but they may be open to it if you won't be able to afford your payment otherwise. Here's the issue. The counselor may say, hey, you know something, you can go with us this way, or the other option is bankruptcy. In bankruptcy, unsecured creditors get absolutely nothing. So they've got an incentive to work with you. Once you're going, your consolidated monthly payment could stay the same for the duration of the debt management plan. As you pay off accounts, your counselor can redistribute the money to your other creditors, helping you get out of debt sooner and pay less interest overall. Ideally, you can stay the course and pay off your debt within 5 years or less. However, reach out to your counselor right away if you might have trouble affording a debt management plan payment. Debt management plan payment. Easy for me to say. Try that one 3 times fast. Your counselor may also be able to help review other options for managing debts that are not included in the debt management plan. A lot of choices there is the bottom line. We want you to make sure that you are looking at everything that's available to you. That's the Your Credit Matters segment brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. By the numbers, the S&P 500 up 13.3% year to date through trading on May 7th. The split between up and down trading days year to date, 56 up, 44 down, better than the 54.46 achieved over the years of 1950 to 2020. Doing a little better. The S&P 500 consists of 500 stocks chosen for market size. 56/44. That'll be our answer for the trivia today. rsrtrivia.com. rsrtrivia.com. 56/44. Put it in there. And at the beginning of next month, we'll run a raffle for a $100 Amazon gift card. And as always, I ask you, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
Lights go out and I can't be saved.